Well, that's the 4th of July over. People are gone and I'm tired out. John thought it'd be lovely to have some company. So we just had Mother and Nellie and the children down for a week. Of course I didn't do a thing. Jenny sees to everything now. But I'm tired. John says if I don't pick up any faster, he'll send me to Weir Mitchell in the fall. But I don't want to go there. I had a friend who was in his hands once, and he says it's just like John and my brother, only more so. Besides, it's such an undertaking to go so far. I don't feel like if it's worthwhile to turn my hand over at anything. I'm getting dreadfully fretful and querulous. I cry at nothing, and I cry most of the time. Of course I don't do it when John's here, or anybody else, but when I'm alone. And I'm alone just a good deal. John is kept in the town very often by serious cases. And Jenny is good and lets me alone when I want to. So I'll walk a little in the garden and down the lovely lane and sit on the porch under the roses. And I lie down here a great deal. I'm getting really fond of the room in spite of the wallpaper. Perhaps because of the wallpaper. It dwells in my mind so. I lie here in this great immovable bed. It's nailed down, I believe, and I follow that pattern about by the hour. It's as good as gymnastics. I assure you, I start always say at the bottom down in the corner, over there where the wallpaper's not been touched, and I determine for 1,000 times I will follow the pointless pattern to some sort of conclusion. I know a little of the principle of the design. I know this thing is not arranged on the laws of radiation, alternation, repetitive, or symmetry, or anything else I've ever heard of. It is repeated, of course. I look at it in one way, and the whiff stands alone, and its bloated curves and flourishes are kind of debased Romanesque, with delirium tendrums go waddling up and down in the isolated columns of faculty. But on the other hand, they connect diagonally, and the sprawling outlines run off in great slanting waves. The whole thing goes horizontal too, at least it seems so. I exhaust myself trying to distinguish the order it's going in and what direction. They have used horizontal whiffs, which adds wonderfully to the confusion. There's one end of the room where it's almost intact, and there, when the cross light fades, the sun shines directly upon it. I can almost fancy the radiation after all. The grotesque seems to form around the common centre and then rush off headlong in pages of equal distraction. It makes me tired to follow it. I will take a nap, I guess. I don't know why I should write this. I don't want to. I don't feel able. I know John would think it was absurd, but I must say what I feel and think. It's such a relief, but it's the effort of getting to be greater than the relief. Half the time I'm awfully lazy and I lie down ever so much. John says I mustn't lose my strength and it has to take cod liver oils and lots of tonics and nothing else of ale and wine and rare meat. Dear John, he loves me very dearly, and he hates to have me sick. I've tried really earnestly to talk to him the other day and tell him how I wish he'd let me go and to make a visit to cousin Henry and Julia. But he says I wasn't able to go, nor able to stand it afterwards. And I did not make a very good case for it myself, for I was crying before I even finished. It's getting a great effort for me to think straight, just nervous weakness. And dear John gathered me up in his arms and carried me up the stairs and laid me in the bed. Sat and read to me till it tired my head. He said I was his darling and his comfort and all he had, and that he must take care of me and I must take care of myself for his sake. He says no one but myself can help me out of it, that I must use my will and self-control and not let any silly fancies run away with me. There's one comfort. The baby is well and happy and does not have to occupy this room with the horrid wallpaper. If we had not used it, that blessed child would have. What an unfortunate, fortunate escape. Why wouldn't I have a child of mine? An impressionable little thing. Live in such a room. I never thought of it before. But it is lucky that John kept me here after all. I can't stand it. It's so much easier than having a baby. You see.